Okay.
Please come in.
Good afternoon.
Take a seat.
Good afternoon.
Priyansha?
Yes, sir.
Priyansha, please introduce yourself to the board.
My name is Priyansha Garg. I'm from Agra, Uttar Pradesh. I've done my graduation in computer science engineering from Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, and I completed it in 2018, and thereafter I've been preparing for civil services. Apart from my studies, I like to engage myself in vinyasa yoga and trekking.
And?
Trekking.
Trekking. Are you working somewhere or not?
No, sir.
No, you're not worked anywhere.
No, sir.
Okay. You seem to be a very, very keen type of person. You have 100% attendance in college?
In school, sir.
School?
Yes.
Not in college?
No,
कभी बीमार नहीं हुए?
No, sir, I did fell ill, but it was just that I did not like procrastination. So I used to.
Even when you were ill, you went to school?
I used to take my medicines and I used to go to school.
चलो ठीक है. You'll surely, I think they will take you in to the government service. Tell me one thing. You are from UP.
Yes, sir.
And you opted UP as your cadre.
Yes, sir.
Now there is this bulldozer politics going on there. Bulldozing. So what do you think about it? What's your opinion? Should we demolish the houses of criminals?
Sir, I think that anything that goes against the due process of law should not be done. And if proper steps have been taken, proper notices have been served, and still there is no evacuation, then hard force has to be used. And I think it is only after certain steps and rules and regulations that you should adhere to forces.
Okay. Supposing you were, you got selected in the police, Indian Police Service, and you were posted as ASP there, and the CM tells you, no, this house has to be demolished. What do you do?
Sir, I will follow the process that has to be done, the rules and regulations that
As a police officer?
Yes, sir. And
is the police supposed to demolish houses?
No, sir.
And you'll tell him what? You'll tell him to go and talk to the SDM or the concerned municipal officer?
Sir, I think I can take my seniors into confidence and ask for their advice on the matter and handle the situation accordingly.
Okay. Your third choice is foreign service. First two choices are as IAS and IPS.
Yeah.
Let's take you abroad. This Russia and Ukraine war, who do you think is benefiting the most from this war? I'm not talking about countries only, anything, all entities.
Okay.
Who are the who have benefited the most out of this war?
Sir, I think the only person or only entity that benefits from the war are the arms dealer and arms manufacturer. So apart from them, everyone is losing, especially the Ukrainians, the world at large, because of globalization and the value chains.
Good. So which are the countries who have benefited?
Sir, Russia is engaging the war on its own terms. I think the most benefit is for China, which is playing friends with Russia and focusing on tilting the power game towards itself. And I think China is the one that is benefiting the most out of it.
What about India?
Sir, India has many considerations to level out. So when it comes to geopolitics, it puts India in a difficult stand because Russia is our old friend and we cannot promote war by supporting it. Apart from that, on economic and
no, I'm asking about benefits. I'm not asking about India's policy. Sir, I'm asking about how India is benefiting.
Sir, India is benefiting in the terms that it is buying cheap oil from Russia. And another benefit is that because the West is trying to move away from China because of its support to Russia, they are engaging more with India in terms of manufacturing and
Is it because of China's support to Russia, or because the West were moving away from China even during COVID times, because they realized that having too many eggs in one basket will put them into trouble? During COVID, all the supply chains were finished.
So COVID definitely was one of the major factors, but even the war added to the concerns of the West and globe at large. So I think it accelerated the process, which was already taking place because of pandemic.
Okay.
Thank
Sir?
you.
You did your BTech in computer science.
Yes, sir.
Why did you choose public art as your subject in UPSC?
So, firstly, because computer science is not available as an optional,
Okay.
so I have to take another optional. And public administration I chose because I went through the syllabus. It cited something that I wanted to study, and moreover, honestly, it had an overlap with the GS, so I felt that it will help me in my preparation.
So what all you studied in public art? Just
So there was theoretical aspects of administration, how it originated bureaucracy, and then there were practical analysis of Indian administration, how the bureaucracy in India functions. Is it as per the theory, or do we have differences from the theoretical aspects? Then there is center-state relations and how people, law and order administration, and how people are very central in the governance process.
there are list, central list, state list,
Yes, sir.
and then there is a third list.
Yes, sir.
What is that?
So the concurrent list.
And who has jurisdiction over concurrent list?
So both the center and the states have mandate to make legislate on the concurrent lists, and the execution lies with the state unless and until stated otherwise by the center.
And in case of conflict, what happens?
So in case of conflict, the central laws prevail until and unless the state gets its laws passed by the with the mandate from the president.
And what is the role of governor?
Sir, I'm not particularly aware about the role of governor in this. He signs the bill, but I'm not aware in case
No,
of.
I am generally asking what is the role of governor, not in distribution of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, in case, because governor is the head of the state, he signs the bills and then only they become act and have the mandate of law.
Now the role of governor is becoming controversial. He is termed as the agent of the center. You think constitution thought of such a role?
So constitution gave governor a dual role as the head of the state and as a representative of the union, but because the states have a elected legislative assembly, the role of the governor is restricted to take a backseat like the president in the center. It is only during emergency times and that the governor has to act on his own without the council of ministers.
Okay. You also took interest in cleaning of Yamuna.
Yes, sir.
Yamuna is bad not only in Delhi but in Agra as well.
Sir, in Agra as well. Yes.
So, what are the reasons and why, after so much of expenditure and energy, it remains so? It remains dirty.
Sir, Yamuna is cleaned to a large extent before it enters Delhi. It is only after it enters Delhi that certain industrial effluents that are discharged into it. Delhi contributes to 80% of its pollution. So main reasons are industries and the untreated domestic sewage that we discharge in Yamuna. So despite so many attempts that have been made, I think what more we need is that we need to step aside from just focusing on treating the sewage and also maintaining some ecological flow, so self-cleaning can also be done because the capacity of the sewage treatment plants is still not up to the mark that we need to clean Yamuna.
So you mean to say that Delhi is basically responsible for pollution in Yamuna?
Sir,
And Delhi being the capital, why can't they treat the sewage and take necessary steps? They must be doing.
yes, sir. Sir, Delhi contributes 80%. Apart from that, even Agra industries, especially the leather industry in Agra, contributes to it. And steps have been taken in the recent times, but I think a little more needs to be done, especially in terms of sewage treatment plants, which are still, there is a gap between the demand and the plants that we have. But definitely the government today is doing much for Yamuna and it will do so.
People say that states upstream are also responsible in the sense that there is no adequate flow except for the rainy season. There is no adequate flow in the river. So the pollution is more. You agree?
Sir, a concept that is e-flow of the river, which is always said to be a self-cleaning mechanism for the river. Even if it's polluted, if certain minimum level of water is maintained, it can clean itself because of the flow that it has. So if we divert the water from the rivers or build too much dams, then the e-flow gets disrupted, which not only accumulates pollution but also disrupts the aquatic and flora and fauna of the river. So definitely if we can maintain that e-flow, cleaning process might become a little easier.
What about Ganges?
Sir, Ganga in the recent times have become much more clean due to the focus on Namami Gange program, and much flow is also being maintained, and the ghats and are being cleaned regularly so that even the religion does not disrupt with the cleaning mechanism of Ganga.
Recently, PM inaugurated a cruise in River Ganga. Are you aware?
Sir, I am aware of it.
From where to where?
Sir, it starts from Varanasi, but I am unable to recall till where.
Okay, madam.
It's still Dibrugarh.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Priyansha. Can you tell me, you studied from Maharaja Agrasen College, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Who was Maharaja Agrasen?
Ma'am, Maharaja Agrasen is known to be a king of traders, and he is said to have established the city of Agra.
Okay.
And it is said that Mahalakshmi came to him in a dream one time, and he was basically a Kshatriya, and he gave up Kshatriya and became a trader, and he is hailed as the king.
Okay, so are there any historical evidences?
Sorry, ma'am, not that I'm aware of.
Okay, all right, okay. All right, Agra is very high on the tourist sector.
Yes,
Anyone who comes to India has to go and visit the Taj Mahal. So, but where else would you, take a person who comes to Agra?
Ma'am, apart from the Taj Mahal, we have the Agra Fort just opposite to the Taj Mahal. It gives a pristine view of the Taj Mahal.
Yeah, very nice.
Then we have the Fatehpur Sikri. Again, it's a beautifully built fort and the city. Then apart from that, there's Etmatul Tola, which shows the first Petyarura carvings.
Yeah.
Then there's Mehtab Bagh, which was built, and I think if these are the
Sikandra?
first. Yes, ma'am.
Sikandra also.
Yes, ma'am.
Chalo, acha, let's move on. Can you tell me about 3 innovations in government which has really changed our lives in the last, let's say 5 years, 3 years to 5 years?
Ma'am, I think the first that I can cite is the JAM Trinity, which has changed. Then second is UPI payments,
Good.
and
Think.
sorry,
Would you
ma'am.
count One Nation, One Ration card also?
Yes, ma'am. One nation, one ration.
And what are the social sector reforms that you've seen?
Ma'am,
Just
so,
name a couple of them. Yeah.
okay, ma'am. So there is Beti Bachao Beti Padhao initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the new education policy,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
then there is Ayushman Bharat.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from that,
How about things like triple talaq and all in
yes,
the
ma'am.
social sector?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Okay, you trying to come to government, right? What do you think government needs, leaders or managers, or whatever else you want to say?
Okay. Ma'am, I think we need both leaders and managers at the same time, because we need managers so that there is a flow of work and it does not get stagnated, it does not get piled on. And we need leaders so that there is no apathy among the subordinates and the people, that there is someone who they can look up to, who can help them. So leadership will help us. Leadership in the government.
Combination in the same person.
Yes, ma'am. Combination in the same.
Combination in the same. He needs to have both.
Yes.
Now, what is transformative leadership?
Sorry, ma'am.
Okay, never mind. Okay, what is the one important quality of a leader that you would say in bureaucracy? Yes, I'm not talking about other leaders.
Yeah.
That is very essential.
Ma'am, the most important quality will be to lead by example. So if I am thinking that my subordinates should do something, they should come on time, I should be the first one to come on time. That is what will set the precedence, and other things will get in flow.
Okay, all right. Think about it, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hi, Priyansha.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
I was listening to you and I was quite impressed with your answers so far. You're from Agra, and you must be knowing about the surrounding areas, and you studied here in Delhi.
Yes, ma'am.
So, how much do you know about Delhi? Have you visited all the tourist places?
Ma'am, I have visited a few tourist places, and I have a good knowledge about the layout of Delhi, but not that.
So, what is the difference between the architectural style of Agra and Delhi? Who
Ma'am,
built Delhi from the Mughal dynasty?
ma'am, firstly, Delhi architectural style is more oriented towards the Sultanate period, and Agra is mostly towards the Mughals. But when Shah Jahan shifted his capital to Delhi, that's when he built the fort and the Jama Masjid as well.
Is there a difference in architectural style or no?
So, not that I can particularly remember.
So, do you know anything about the Mughal miniature painting?
Yes, ma'am. The Mughal miniature paintings was done on manuals, and it represented the courts and the rulers as well. That was
Okay. What is the difference difference in the theme of Mughal miniature paintings and the Rajasthani miniature paintings?
Ma'am, the Mughal miniature paintings were focused on the court and the rulers, while the Rajasthani miniature paintings focused on local tales, folklores, and the nature as well.
Anyway, so have you widely traveled within India?
Ma'am, just a little bit.
So, what are your first three options for joining the service? IS,
IPS and IFS.
okay. Suppose you don't get these, and you get any of other services, so would you be joining those, or you will go for private sector?
Ma'am, I'll be joining those, and I'll be preparing for my next attempt as well.
Okay. Suppose you become an IAS officer, but you are given cadre like Tripura or Kerala. Will you try for? Will you take that, or you will try again?
I will take whatever I get in terms of cadre. I think I don't have much of a stiff order.
So, what can you tell me about G20 happening in India? What is the concept behind G20 and what is happening here in India?
Ma'am, the concept behind G20 is to bring the major economies of the world on a single platform so that they can have dialogue and deliberate on the ongoing issues and problems. With India hosting G20 this year, I think it puts India at the center, and it showcases not just our power to be a global one pole of the multipolar world that we talk about. It also allows us to engage with the neighboring as well as the Western advanced countries to further our own development so that we emerge out stronger post G20.
What is the logo that we have?
Ma'am, the logo is of a lotus representing different continents of the world, and the tagline, I suppose, is Vasudev Kutumbakam for G20, which says that the world is one big family.
Bottom line says one world, one family, one future.
Okay.
We are hosting G20 meetings in more than 200 cities in India, and we are going to spend a lot of money. Do you think it's worth spending so much? It's only for 1 year.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I think with the spending will come in a lot of investment, a lot of confidence that India is not just an emerging power but a major global power, because the Western countries and the advanced countries that we talk about will be coming over here. Further, it will help this money that is being spent in different cities will help boost the investment and development of those particular cities and their surrounding suburbs as well. So I think it is important that we host these conferences so that the world can see us as we are.
Do you think we are ready for all this to host these things? Do we have enough infrastructure? We will need like 500 hotel rooms, vehicles, and lots of things are involved with that. Which city comes to your mind as the perfect to host one big event of G20?
Ma'am, there are many big cities that will come to mind: Delhi, Mumbai, Calcutta, Chennai, Hyderabad, Bangalore. But also there are other small cities like even I think Agra can host a G20 meeting if it comes to it, because we have the infrastructure in terms of hotels. It will also help develop more infrastructure in terms of roads, and it will help in accelerating the pace of.
Have you heard of GW?
No.
G Women. And for that, I think government has lots of initiatives these days. Nari Shakti something.
Yes, ma'am.
So they are promoting people who are making clothes like yours.
Yes.
So what are you wearing right now?
Ma'am, I'm not sure of the fabric.
Where did you get it?
From Agra.
You bought it from friends?
Yes.
Yeah, whenever you are going for the final interview, the main one, you must know what are you wearing.
Okay.
This is a very nice sari, I must say.
Thank you.
And do you always have the glasses on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I have eyesight powers.
Suppose there is a fire in your house,
Yes, ma'am.
and you can save only one thing. What would you save? Only one thing. It can be from your mother, your grandfather, to your Bible, Ramayana, whatever. Money.
Ma'am, I think I'll save my glasses so that I can see.
Exactly, yes. Thank you.
Priyansha,
Yes, sir.
in bureaucracy, being rational is more important or following the rules?
Sir, following the rules, I think, is the most important thing, and I think that will make us more and more rational as well. So, both will encompass in under the rules. I think following the rules is
If you
important.
come across a situation where there is a conflict between what is rational and logical and what the rule says, then what would you do?
Sir, I'll adhere to the rules, and if I think there's something that the rules do not allow and is of utmost importance, I will escalate the issue to the seniors.
Okay. Now, you have done work on cleaning of Yamuna,
Yes.
and we, of course, share many of our river systems with other neighboring countries.
Yes, sir.
With Pakistan, we have some issues relating to shared rivers. So, what is the treaty that governs these shared resources?
Sir, it is the Indus Water Treaty that
And it
governs.
has been in the news recently. Why it has been in the news?
Sir, it has been in the news because India is building a dam which the Pakistan opposes on the river Chenab, or tributary of Chenab. And India says it does not violate the treaty, and if it does, it needs to be relooked. And different dispute mechanisms are being proposed by India and Pakistan, which is creating a stalemate.
Your second part is correct, but first part you read up on this.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sorry.
What are some other issues between India and Pakistan?
Sir, other issues, the main issue is that Pakistan is a deep state which supports terrorist factions, and India says that any engagement with Pakistan can only happen after it condemns terrorism and removes it from its soil. Then secondly, it's the occupation in POK and other JNK areas that Pakistan conducts. So, and thirdly is the Pakistan's close proximity with China with respect to Gwadar that creates trust between the two countries.
India and Pakistan both are members of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and we are going to host a meeting of the organization. Now, how a common membership of India and Pakistan in a regional organization help improve our relations?
Sir, I think with the SCO, it gives us a platform to come on a similar table with Pakistan, so we can have dialogue and discussion apart from other issues of the regional grouping that we have. It allows the leaders to engage without committing to anything, and this will help to further other cooperation areas post those regional grouping meetings like SCO.
Iran has become a member of the SCO recently.
Yes.
So, what benefit will it bring to the organization?
Sir, I'll have to read on it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Priyansha, your formal interview is over.
Thank you, sir.
So, how do you think you've done today?
Sir, I think I was okay.
Okay, you're very good. When is your interview scheduled?
Sir, the date is not out yet.
Oh, you have plenty of time to
Yes,
keep up. Okay. You are excellent, you're very articulate, and you give politically correct answers to most of the problems posed by, for example, the bulldozer thing, and the sir ne bhi problem posed kiya tha, rationality versus rules of law. You talk like an experienced bureaucrat, and so you have all the qualities of a bureaucrat, I would say. So I think you'll do well.
Thank you, sir.
Whatever you do, you'll do well.
Thank you,
You
sir.
keep it up, and keep updating your knowledge, your current affairs, general knowledge, and reading the newspapers. Read economic newspaper also,
Okay, sir.
Mint or something, and keep reading up to the date of the interview, because that's where most people get their questions from.
Okay, sir.
Okay, all the best to you.
Thoda more energy.
I like that you, every time there is a problem, you say, I'll consult the seniors. That's a good one, actually.
Okay.
Your parents are in business.
Yes, sir.
What type?
Sir, handicraft goods. So basically, handicrafts and zari goods like Rakhi, Kalangi, Safa, Bandanwar. So it's festive
Then you
related.
should know what sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And while talking of various places in Agra, you didn't mention Dal Bagh. It's not important.
No, sir, it's important.
You do visit Dal Bagh when you visit.
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you about Agresim ki Baudi. Oh, sorry.
कोई बात नहीं. I just wanted you to get a little more conviction in your voice, little more energy.
Okay, ma'am.
थोड़ा सा आप hesitant और tentative sound कर रहे थे.
Okay, ma'am.
ठीक है?
Okay.
And of course the topics, women-related topics we didn't even touch upon,
Yes,
like
ma'am.
POSH and Vishaka guidelines.
Yes, ma'am.
And G20 Empower.
Okay.
Go through all of that.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Otherwise, you're great.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, I know the one. Because your college name is Agresim.
Yes, ma'am.
Agresim.
Yes, ma'am.
There is a Baudi here in Haley. Have you been there?
No, ma'am.
It's
I'm
called
Agresim ki
Agresim ki
Baudi.
Baudi.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. But
I think there are two different people who.
yes, ma'am. The two are not related. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
I just want to say one thing, because SEO is a current topic and a lot of things are happening almost every week or 10 days. So, SEO is not only about the meeting of the leaders,
Okay.
but there are various other meetings that are taking place almost continuously, like the Supreme Court judges meeting was there.
Yes, sir.
So it provides opportunities for officials, and not only at the leaders level but others also, to meet informally, because
Yes,
it is not a bilateral meeting, it's a multilateral setting, but they get to meet each other, exchange views. So over a period of time, it may help in improving relations. And these people, like, let's say there are 20, 30 other channels like judges, or there are chambers of commerce, they will go to the government and say, "Bhai, we should start working together." So in the longer term, it may help improve relations.
Thank you, sir.
One more question.
Yes, sir.
Who was St. Patrick in your junior college?
So Saint Patrick was an Irish saint, and he brought Christianity to Ireland, and that is where he is celebrated the most.
That could be.
This reply was so good. Smile भी कर रही थी और conviction भी दे रही थी.
She must have heard about it also. Huh?
Yes.
You know when is St. Patrick's Day a day every day year?
Now I forgot, but it's in March.
एक 10 दिन बाद एक और मॉक लो.
एक चैट जीपीटी ये सब पता है
क्या?
आपको?
एक और मॉक लो.
Chat GPT and all.
Sir, I've read on
That you can be asked also, because computer science is your.
यहीं आ जाना इसी में.
Go on. All the best.
Yeah. All the best to you. Otherwise, you're really good.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well done. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.